Hello and welcome back to some more Formula 1 2019. After 9 long months, Formula 1 makes its return to my channel. I'm Joe. If you're new around here, make sure you click that subscribe button for regular F1 content before F1 2020, and when that comes out we'll be doing daily content on that game. But this has been a long time coming. Been meaning to finish off this season for so long. I don't really know why I didn't. But here we are today, and every Thursday up until the release of F1 2020, we're going to be releasing the final 4 races. So if you're new around here and you haven't seen any of this series before, we're going to do a quick sort of recap of the series by looking at the results. So we're at Haas. Yeah, we started the season at Williams, but halfway through the season have moved to Haas, and of course lots of driver movement. You can see there's the R&D tree that I've put up on the screen there, and you can see on the right hand side the vehicle performance comparisons. So we're currently the 5th best team in terms of performance, comfortably ahead of Alfa Romeo and McLaren, and even Williams down there. It seems that Force India are the worst team in Formula 1 at the moment. That's our engine situation, and these are the results so far this season. So we're currently in 8th place in the rankings. Nico Hülkenberg is our teammate at Haas. He moved at the same time. He's just above us in 7th. He had a very good start of the season with Renault. He's continued that somewhat here at Haas. You can see also that Lucas Weber is driving for Alfa Romeo, and you can see that Magnussen is now at Williams, Grosjean is at Renault, who else is there? Devin Butler is at Toro Rosso as well, so no Daniel Kvyat or Robert Kubica, and who else are we missing? Who else are we missing? I'm not entirely sure now. Who else are we? We must be missing at least one more driver, because there's me, Devin, and Lucas, obviously. Giovinazzi, of course, because Lucas Weber's took his spot. You can see that our best finishing position so far this season has been 5th at the Italian Grand Prix. Hopefully we can improve on that in these final 4 races, but I'm really looking forward to getting into it, and we'll do exactly that with qualifying. So yeah, the way these videos work, we show qualifying, edit out the quiet bits if you like, and then we go into the race. It's full live commentary, just edited down to cut out the silent bits. But here we go. David Croft is here.
Cars will be going out on track very shortly and battling it out to secure pole for tomorrow's Grand Prix. Looking at this field today, Anthony, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance? Maybe run the hard tyres and save some of the grippier tyres for the race tomorrow?
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that, and even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it. I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying lap, without a doubt.
Right then. Ready and raring to go here around Mexico. No, never one of my favourite tracks, I must admit, but hopefully we can get in this Q2. Also going to try and get through on the soft tyres, if at all possible. So here we go. F1 2019, we're back. So coming around the stadium section for the end of our first lap. Pretty good sector 1 and 2. A little bit heavy with the curb there, but here we come around the final corner, coming up to the line now. What's it going to be? It's a 1:17.9, which currently puts us in 4th, 8/10 behind Max Verstappen. So not too bad an opening gambit, but Well, we might stay out there and try and improve on lap 3. Well, here we come up to the line. I don't know if it's going to be an improvement. They exit out the final corner, but it is a 10th, which you know, could make all the difference. But we have run out of fuel now, so we'll just be floating it back to the pits, and we'll see what sort of time we've got on the board. Well, as you can see, guys, going into the final lap of the session, we are currently on the cusp of going out. We're 16th, which means that we're going to be well down. And unfortunately, I didn't open the DRS in time there. That's a bit of a lapse in concentration. We're going to need a very, very good lap now to get us through, and I'm not sure we can do it. Already 3/10 down here. But gaining time all of the way. Obviously, Vettel currently in that drop zone as well, so that's very interesting to see. And perhaps Vettel is struggling as well. Gained a lot of time through that series of corners. We're just going to hold ourselves together here. I don't know how much time we need to make to get through. Holding it pretty much flat through there. That was a risky use of the curbs, but we are okay. We're half a second up. In fact, that was purple through that sector, so we should be okay if we can finish off the lap here. And now coming through the stadium section, really struggle with understeer through there into the final corner. Don't want to hit the wall. We're okay. We're coming up to the line now. What's it going to be? 8. Wow, 4.5 tenths takes you up that far. That is pretty crazy, but that should be enough to get us through. And look at that, George Russell into the top 10 as well. Lando Norris up there in 7th. So quite a few impressive performances. Max Verstappen is the fastest as it stands. So let's return to the garage, and we'll see how we finished. Well, we finished in 10th in the end. Nico Hulkenberg going up to 7th. Only a 10th off his time, so that's pretty good. But the big shock is that Sebastian Vettel has gone out in Q1, along with Lance Stroll, Kevin Magnussen, Devin Butler, and Carlos Sainz. Well, can you believe it? Well, guys, here we come round the final corner of our first lap of Q2. As you can see, we haven't got much time if we needed to come round again, but we go 9th for now. So that's good enough. Gonna move it down onto medium mix. But yeah, it was a bit of a scrappy lap, to be honest with you. And you know, certainly through sector 2 we could do a lot better, but already half a second down through this first sector, mainly because we took the curb too heavy and had a slight spin, but we're okay. Oh, a little bit of oversteer once again, caused by hitting the curb. And you can see how much time we've lost already on this lap. And also, we haven't got maximum ERS output, so that's going to cost us some time. But through there, you can see I've gained 3 or 4 tenths of a second, just because we managed to go through there a lot quicker than last time. But it's not going to quite be enough, so we're just going to have to hope and pray that this is going to be enough to get through.
Pitting this lap, come into the pits at the end of this lap.
So here we go, into the pit lane. Only 10 seconds left until the end of qualifying. Who's going to go through? That's the big question now. So there you go, is 9th, so we do get through. Kimi Räikkönen has gone out in Q2, Lando Norris as well, Sergio Perez, Romain Grosjean and George Russell couldn't quite match his times from Q1. Our time was actually slightly quicker, a 10th quicker than what we produced in Q1, but Nico Hülkenberg 3/10 quicker than ourselves, so he's currently looking like the best of the rest. Can we match him as we go into Q3? Well, here we are coming through Sector 2 into the stadium section for the final time of this qualifying session. Unfortunately for us, Daniel Ricciardo is right in the way of our lap. And here we come round the final corner. What's it going to be? Surely not good enough. Well, it's 7th at the moment. We do go above Daniel Ricciardo, but we are slightly behind Charles Leclerc, who is in 6th position for Ferrari now. I do wonder who it is that's in 5th. We've matched our time from Q2. Unfortunately, we couldn't do any better than that. Seems a little bit of a shame. But I suppose we still have got the performance. We're 10th up here. Just need to be careful with the ERS deployment. So slight lock up there. A bit of track extending. I do apologise, guys, but this is a good lap so far. Let's hold it nice and true through the S's. I was expecting that to be our one and only lap, but we did come through before the checkered flag fell. Now then, are we going to be able to make up 3/10 of a second through this final sector? I'm not sure we're going to be able to, because again Ricciardo's in the way and a massive lock up there, so that's going to be that. So we'll come up to the line, we'll finish the lap, but it's not going to be good enough. And we come through in 7th place, and that's where we qualify. But who's going to finish above Charles Leclerc? Because obviously Vettel's out. Lucas Weber! Wow!
Be fronting the grid, Verstappen, Gasly and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Well, I fully expected it to be Nico Hülkenberg in 5th place there, but Lucas Weber has gone against all logic really, and he's took a fabulous 5th position. Separating Charles Leclerc from that top 4 of Max Verstappen, Pierre Gasly, Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. We're in 7th for tomorrow's race. We've got Daniel Ricciardo just behind us in 8th, Nico Hülkenberg a disappointing 9th in the end, and Alex Albon in 10th. So without further ado, let's hand over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson, who's going to take you through this 2019 Mexican Grand Prix.
The air may be thin here in Mexico City. The atmosphere is anything but. The crowd have been chanting and singing, not just this afternoon, but throughout the entire weekend. There's a great love for Formula One here, and no small amount of expectation. Let's hope today's Grand Prix can meet it. We're a long way above sea level here in Mexico today, which could pose some cooling issues for the cars as they make their way around this 2.6-mile lap. 17 corners with top speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and watch out for potential overtaking into turns 1 and 4. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. So, let's briefly discuss Lewis Hamilton. Everything's on the line here today and the title hangs in the balance. So how do you think they'll be coping with all that pressure?
By trying not to think about the result too much. The worst thing you can do in this situation is think about all the what-ifs. What if I get hit going into turn 1? What if I get a penalty? What if I finish outside the points? If you let any of those kind of worries get to you, you can't focus on the job. So staying in the right mindset will be critical today.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, We have Bottas, Weber, Charles Leclerc, the captain, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Perez, and Kimi Raikkonen. Gasly, they've taken a grid penalty. Norris, Romain Grosjean, and Russell. Albon, Stroll, Kevin Magnussen, and Sebastian Vettel. Butler and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So here we are down on the track then.
Where we expected on the grid. Be careful not to lose places, as there will be faster cars around you.
Going to stick an extra lap and a half's worth of fuel in there. It's a long one, this race. I'm not going to lie. So it's going to be tough for us to finish as high up as 6th, but you know, we're quite happy finishing 6th. It's going to be about the start. I mean, we do generally have poor starts on this game, and on this.
We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
On this circuit, it's going to be very, very difficult to not lose positions at the start. Weber up in 4th, that's an excellent grid position for him to start from. Obviously he didn't qualify there, he qualified 5th, which was an excellent performance, and Gasly, his engine penalty, presumably, has bumped us all up one. But Max Verstappen leading the way, Lewis Hamilton in 2nd, Bottas 3rd, so I think it's going to be quite an exciting battle up front. Leclerc will want to be getting in there as well, and obviously we've got Weber potentially getting up there and trying to show his skills. So it's going to be interesting to see where we finish. Obviously very, very rusty in terms of racecraft. You know, it's one thing setting a qualifying time, it's another having consistent race pace. So yeah, it's going to be very tough, and you can see that the temperature is visibly cooler today because of the conditions. I'm going to stick it on to high. I'm actually going to start in lean mix mode for the start of the race, and then we'll gradually move it up to rich as we get off the line. But here we are, coming up, joining our grid position. So it's Max Verstappen in 1st. We've got Lewis Hamilton 2nd, Bottas in 3rd, Weber 4th, Leclerc 5th, Weber 6th, Ricciardo 7th, Hülkenberg 8th, Perez 9th, Kimi Raikkonen 10th, Gasly 11th, of course, Lando Norris 12th, and you can see Grosjean in 13th. So how low are we going to drop to? Or how many places are we going to make up? Here come the 5 lights. And it's lights out. Away we go here in Mexico. We're off and running once again. It's not the worst start that we've ever had, but we have lost a couple of positions off the line. We're going to have to take it nice and easy though, going into the first corner, as we're getting swamped a little bit, and quite a few drivers are going past us. We're going round the outside now, trying to hold the inside, which turns into the outside. It's very much like dodgems in that first turn, and we've actually dropped 5 positions from the start, so not the best as we go down the inside now. And well, Perez was there, but it's all very tight and twisty around this section of track, and we're trying to hold our own here against George Russell, our former teammate from Williams. But yeah, now into the dirty air of Grosjean. We should have more pace than the Frenchman in this Grand Prix, but we'll just have to see. Well, moving on to lap 4 of this Grand Prix, we have got the DRS, but there is just a gaggle of cars up ahead. And well, we've got Lando Norris having a look at our inside, but we're okay for now. Just about holding on to 11th place, and just behind this little queue of cars behind Lucas Weber. Going to have a little look at Grosjean. It was a bit risky, but we're okay. just struggling out of that final corner to get the power down. Well, this is Sebastian Vettel now having a little look. He obviously went out in Q1 looking to make up ground. Yeah, it's all very constant at the moment. Not too much going on in terms of overtakes. Well, there goes Vettel down our inside, but can we hold it round the outside? He's trying to hold it down the inside. We managed to hold it down the outside though. We stay in 11th position for now, but there goes Vettel this time. No problem at all, but we're trying to get the slipstream back. But he's through, so Vettel through now into 11th. Just got to try and follow him through now, I would say.
Okay, we need some energy harvesting. Reduce ERS deployment. Don't forget, box this lap.
Well guys, we're coming in this lap. Vettel has gone ahead and passed Grosjean. But we are sort of stuck in traffic at the moment, so I'm quite glad that we're going to end up coming in and getting out of that traffic. Oh, come on. 5 seconds speed and penalty. My eye. We'll bring it back to here so we don't get that. Oh. So we don't get that second warning. But here we go. Coming into the pits now. There we go. We're in.
You're 6 places
So.
where we predicted you'd be. We need more from you. Complete, go now.
We're away. 2.4 seconds. We'll definitely settle for that. Nico Hülkenberg is out. Our teammate is out. The question is there going to be any sort of virtual safety car?
Complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
He's very much on the racing line. I'm surprised. I've got to admit, I'm surprised that there's not been a virtual at the very least. But we've got to go now and push on these tyres and try and make the undercut work. So here we come then. People are in the pits. Where are we going to come out? I can see Grosjean well up ahead, so we've lost a lot of time actually. There's Raikkonen, who we were well behind before. This is our last chance to really get past Raikkonen, so we're going to hold it. And we've held it well. Good overtake there. Needed to make that happen right then. And now we're just behind Sebastian Vettel. So actually, we've come out quite nicely from this because we're in 12th place. And surely there's more cars to come in. I think that Renault may well be Ricciardo rather than Grosjean. So we come through. The second lot are now pitting, and there's Grosjean. So we have managed to undercut Romain Grosjean, and we're now up to 8th place, which is much better than we were before.
We moved into P8. That's P8 now.
We've got cars battling up ahead as well. The likes of Weber, Ricciardo and Vettel. So can we settle in now to 8th position? 4 points if we can hold on. Well, there goes Weber past Ricciardo. We've got DRS as well. Might be able to make a Ricciardo-esque lunge. Certainly should have a chance going into the next straight. Lost a little bit on the exit there. Just didn't have the confidence through the chicane. Well, we're right behind Daniel Ricciardo and Weber now. This could be our chance. Going right down the middle of them, and we've managed it. Well, we're up into 6th place. Let's just have a little look at this one again. From the TV cam, you can see we sort of get boxed in. Perez is there as well. We go down the middle of both of them. Ricciardo sort of locks up. We come through the middle. A little bit of argy-bargy, but overall very clean. And, well, we're now into 6th position in this Grand Prix. Can we hang on?
This is your final lap.
Well, guys, we start the final lap of the race, and we've built a very nice 4-second gap to Weber behind us, and I think
Seeing a gap form.
we've cracked this now. As long as we don't do anything stupid, we're going to finish in 6th place, which is a fantastic return for us to F1 2019, and gives us some momentum going into the final 3 Grand Prix of the season. Obviously, it's a bit of a shame Nico Hülkenberg had to retire from this race, otherwise he would have been right up here with us. I've got no doubt, and it would have been another great points performance for the team. We are currently in 4th in the championship, so I don't think that's going to be under any sort of threat anytime soon because of our massive points advantage. But Lewis Hamilton has come through and won this Grand Prix. Max Verstappen had dominated the weekend up to this point, but Lewis Hamilton has took the all-important 25 points. I don't know who has I was going to say the high break, but I mean fastest lap in this Grand Prix, so I don't know who will get that extra point. But here we come. Our tyres are absolutely gone. We're coming round now to take the checkered flag, and 8 points for the team.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to say Sebastian Vettel certainly caught my eye during today's race. Incredible driving.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
There you have it then, a very, very good Grand Prix. Really enjoyed driving in it. Lewis Hamilton wins it with the fastest lap in the end, but look at Sebastian Vettel, someone that started in 18th. A very good race from the German 4-time world champion. 1 minute 18.8, very much on the pace of Lewis Hamilton. Nobody else was close to that today, and very happy to see that we were very much in line with the pace of the people around us, and I think that was very, very much on show today. We got stuck behind Romain Grosjean for quite a significant amount of the first stint, which sort of hampered us a little bit, but once we got into some clear air, we actually started putting in some decent times towards the end of the Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton extends his lead in the championship to 47 points now. Obviously only 100 and, well, actually, what is it, 78? points left this season, so if Lewis Hamilton wins the next Grand Prix, then he is going to be world champion once again. So there you have it then. That is going to be pretty much that in this episode. We're going to see if there's any sort of press interviews or anything like that. But if you have enjoyed this, hit that like button. So here we go.
Bumps and scrapes today. Who would you say is at fault?
Yeah, I think we've...
That was a close race with Lucas. As former teammates, you must know each other's moves well. Well, thanks anyway.
So there you go then. That's that. But no, very, very happy with how we've performed today. You know, decent pace in qualifying, and you know, not bad racecraft. It was a little bit bumpy, but you know, we didn't lose a wing or anything. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So there you go. Obviously beat Nico Hulkenberg a load there. Draw with Lucas Weber. I didn't see. Well, I think we hit our team target, which is good. Moving towards sportsmanship, which is excellent. No idea why that keeps happening.
Keep it up.
But anyway, here we go. You can see we got the next weekend, which is obviously the USA. Debrief. We have got a few resource points, so we might as well go ahead and buy something if we can. Is there anything we can afford? Maybe not, actually. Nah, it doesn't look that way, does it? Never mind, so no more R&D to come, I don't think. Should be absolutely fine for the rest of the season. So if you have enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that like button. Formula 1 is back. It's going to be back every single Thursday until Snooker 19 F1 2020 comes out. So hopefully you will enjoy it. There's 3 links down below in the description if you want to support the Two-Phase project. Thank you to the 10 members and 5 Patreons that we have at the moment. It really does help me out, and you know, it means the absolute world that you guys want to support the channel. So subscribe for regular F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.